Hello there, YouTube. This is Tycooner Steve back for another episode of our Let's Play Zoo Tycoon, episode number 17, I believe. So after the crisis of last time, we started our African display. We put in our meerkats and warthogs right over here. They're doing well. I just checked in on them. But you'll notice I've done a lot of sort of pre-work here. And the reason I did that was because, frankly, I had no clue what I wanted to do next with the area, and I find that when I'm stuck with that, a way to get really good results is to literally just grab some fences and start making shapes, which it's easier to do, obviously, since we're on sandbox mode and I don't have to worry about cache. So what I did initially was just kind of put in this U-shaped structure, because I decided I would have like an inside-outside area, so I made a U shape there, which we're going to put some inside displays on the U, and then I put some sort of outline fences on the outside for whatever creatures and animals we're going to stuff in there. That'll be their outside areas, and then I made some other sort of general outlines for the exhibits that are going to go around that. So the idea is kind of have the African display. You'll have these two entrances. To your left, there are going to be the giraffes and the gazelles, obviously the meerkats and the warthogs. And then all the other creatures, you can either go in the big loop around the outside, or you can go into the inside area to view most of them. And like I said, I think this is a really good thing to do, because it sort of suggests things I wouldn't have thought of, like since I just kind of put that U in there, I didn't really calculate how much space I would have, so I kind of had to get creative with the pathways. So now you can see I've kind of got some preset areas to put in, like flowers and trees and stuff. And the big thing is, if you're going to use this method, I do think it gets really good results, but just remember these things aren't set in stone. So if we need to alter anything, we can do that too. It's just a good way to sort of creatively get you somewhere if you're, just sitting there twiddling your thumbs, not knowing what to do. And then eventually we're going to have sort of the exit to this area going south too. So we'll probably put in some more displays here. And there's, like I said, I'm not really sure how I want to proceed. I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to start with this box here, sort of an outer display. And for the animal we're going to do today, I think we're going to put in some zebras. Yeah, Grant zebras. I went through and I made sure I had them. In fact, I have the Radical Remake version, so they're going to look super pretty. And yeah, I think I'm going to put them in this one. And I think, like, right away, I'm probably going to be altering this area to make it a little bit bigger. Like I said, these aren't set in stones, and in fact, I know I have plenty of room to expand either east or west. And then I'm looking at it, I'm kind of liking how this little box here kind of got left in as grass, so I think we're going to mirror that on this side. What we really want it to do is like that. And so I'll make a mirror of that on this side, and then we'll expand our zebras to go right up against that. And it's one of those things, like, when I'm planning pathways, I so often forget to, like, put in, like, little areas for trees and things, and so everything's right on top of each other, and you end up with not quite as pretty a zoo as you can. So that's why I'm very bullish on this style of planning out your pathways. Plus, like I said, I was really kind of stuck there. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I think the first thing we're going to do actually is kind of decorate this area in. Or maybe not. Let's go ahead and do the animals first, and then we will move on to decorating. I'm just kind of making the pathways even right now for my sanity. Okay, and that'll be fine there. We'll put in some little entrance area. And so, let's go ahead and change this into a more zebra-friendly display. So the first thing we're going to do is change the walls. I just kind of picked a generic wall in there to just so it was very clear and plain, so I could see it way at a distance what the shapes look like, because I was kind of doing my initial designing way up here. But obviously we're not going to keep this desert fence because we're not putting in desert animals, plus it completely blocks your view, which makes it much less fun. It's, people come to zoos to stare at animals, not walls. At least that's what I do. I don't know what you do. I guess I shouldn't assume for you. So let's go through all these new fences we got last time. See if there's anything fun. What does this one look like? It's actually supposed to be an indoor fence. Yeah, I'm guessing that's not going to do it. Nope, no. Let's find something fun that just screams, look at the zebras. That's actually not terrible. It looks like I got that at a couple different sizes too, so I could play with that. Some more aviaries. That's what we were using for the giraffes there. I've got it in green. I kind of actually like the look of this. They call it a prehistoric fence. It's kind of got that lean-to thing to it. I guess I would go lower. But I really do like the look of that. I don't think it's appropriate here. So we'll move on to something not quite. But I'm going to find a use for that before we're done here. I could put in this fence that comes with the artiodactyl effects. It's kind of a pain because you got to lower it. It looks like that. So if I unpause here, if we were a person, you can actually see pretty good through it, and I actually do like the theming of that. So let's go ahead and make that our main fence for these guys. And do I want to allow you to get right up against the zebras? Because zebras are actually extremely, like, ornery animals. Like, the reason you don't really usually see, like, tamed zebras or zebras were never really converted into pack animals, like horses, which you think, oh, they look less like a horse, they just got stripes. They're really just have terrible personalities, is my understanding. So that is why you don't see zebras everywhere. You know what? For the background, what I'm actually going to do is put in this low fence, and then I'm just going to put some of those fake rocks over it like we did with the giraffes and gazelles, some of these guys. Just so I can get these savanna rocks in, kind of keep everything looking the same, more or less. And I'm going to put a little break in here so I can have like a river coming through, I think. And we'll just make sure. I'm pretty sure they're a tropical savanna animal, but let's double check instead of just plopping it down there. Because I know a couple animals are actually scrub. Nope, tropical savanna. Like rhinos are always scrub in this game, I think. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and extend the zebra paddock a little bit here. Let's give them a little more room. Hopefully I can find that artiodactyl fence again real quick. I think it was up here. I think. Yeah, there it is. And real quick, I'm going to get rid of this just so I can see. Come on, work with me. Don't flip in the wrong way. Yay! There we go. And we're going to leave that area by the river a little dirt instead of grass, but mostly grass. that maybe not quite there. Let's move it off the corner here, so it's kind of in this area. I want it to be visible for the guest, but I don't want to be right up against the guest. So that'll work good, since it won't be sort of in this observation area. And we'll change the fencing right around the observation area. Before I forget, let's start bringing these fences down so the zebras can't just run over our guest. They'll probably appreciate that. Come on. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. And scooch over. Make sure everything's down. These ones are not. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this nice for our zebras. I think I'm just going to give them... I'll use trees for shelter, so we'll just go ahead and give them a hay bed sort of back here. Love these hay beds. I think they look great. I think they work great. Maybe a little shade strip over there. Okay. What the heck is that? Oh, that's that termite mound thing. No, I'm not going to use that there. I'm just going to go with the Ugandan grass, I think, for the most part. And where am I? African... Dry savanna grass, that's going to work. Work wonders. And I think I got those in. They're short and where's tall? There we go. Okay, let's switch to guest mode real quick and take peekers. Yeah, I'm a little nervous about that type of fence being right up against there, so I'm going to switch that to some type of glass fence. Which I usually do if, like, there's a chance where people can get near their fingers near animals' mouths. That would make me nervous if I was designing an actual zoo, so I try to avoid it here. Just one of those realism things. Anything really good? Again, I just kind of going slower here since I have all those new fences, so I do want to take a look. If there's anything sort of more interesting than standard. Not a big fan of that. Oh, hey! Our zoo became more famous, mostly because I actually unfroze it. Speaking of, let's freeze it again. Just something like that there. And speaking of realism, I'm going to also change some of the fence to the more opaque version here, just so that happens a lot in actual zoos, just so the animals have a sense that they're not being watched constantly. Like, I'll put it in front of the water hole here, so that way they can sort of get a drink in peace. And I'll even put it across here. I'll put it around where they sleep. That way they have some feeling of I'm not constantly on display, which animals actually do like. I love these trees. So as long as we're here in Africa, you're going to be seeing a lot of the... I can't pronounce their name, but a lot of those guys. I guess I can put in some more of the umbrella-y ones, which actually have probably a better rendering, but... Nope, not going to do it. You can't make me. And I want this one to feel like it's fairly well foliaged. Like, I don't know why, but when I picture zebras in my head, they're always kind of walking in the less arid areas, places that look like there's not a lot of good grass in them. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. I'm going to want to do something in here, though. So I think what I'm going to do is first start by changing this ground. And then we'll probably put some foliage in these areas here that aren't supposed to be terribly visible. And we'll put in some statues and stuff too, instead of just those queen palms. But the queen palms are another one of my big favorites here, so that's what we're doing. Alright, let's go around here. I don't like that little cut-in angle there on the ground. Let me fix up the pathway here a little bit, just for my sake. Yeah, I think that's better. We'll get rid of these plants. There we go. Alright, let's take a look and see if we can put in some nifty statue-like things that fit zebras or Africa or Savannah in general, something. See what's going on here. Again, this is just a good excuse for me to play with all my new toys. Which, you know, silver lining to the fact that I lost all those original files to begin with, so. Those are those tank panels. Not gonna put words in. Oh, do need to put in a donation box while I'm thinking about it. You know, I still haven't remembered to go back and get my good donation boxes, but I'll put in these Chinese-themed ones, because even though, obviously not Chinese-themed, they just look good in general. And I will want to put in some benches for people here, too. Safari benches, I would guess. Didn't mean to do that, but oh well. I guess eventually I might want to put in dinosaurs, or maybe I'll start a separate dinosaur zoo, because I've got a whole bunch of those now. I usually avoid extinct animals for some reason. I guess I think it's cheating or something. Well, I could put in Simba. Put him next to the meerkats and warthogs, and then everyone will sing the song, so can't do that. Why not put down these wooden crates? What I really like, I do love these barrels. I don't know why. Put down just something like that, like there. Just something interesting. Well, maybe I'll actually give people a map. It's not a bad place to put it. Let's see, are there any other good plants I can use for the outside here? Got those African daisies, but those are like really wide. Yep. Can't quite use those. I actually really like this pampas grass, but that's South America. Red fountain grass. What does that look like up close? That's not bad. I don't know why there's one big one there. I should change that, so I will. Oh, that's just what it looks like if it's angled. Okay, never mind then. And now something big for this area. Even if it's putting in like one of those baobab tree? Baobab tree? Baobab? Exactly, I pronounced it correctly. Thank you. Let's see if there's any big fountains or anything I can put in, though. I thought fountains was a subset. There we go. I don't think there's anything specifically themed that'll work well here. Well, I guess that's a desert. This fountain I actually really love. But I put one of those next to our Nile crocodiles way back in episode 2, I think. Tour objects. I mean, I could put like one of those big crystal thingies, which actually aren't bad. Let's just see if we can whittle down the statues here. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find anything that fits perfectly. Oh, big treehouse. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything that fits spectacularly, so let's just see if there's any really good foliage I can use for a tropical savanna. Bring it up here. Yeah, it's kind of one of the more limited. Okay, you know what we do? We're going to put in a pond. So let me go ahead and grab a fence that's going to work for us here. I'll just use the traditional side fence here, my low... Nope. Switches over to some water. Beautiful. And now I'm going to need some little fountains. Just the little ones. I use those guys a lot. I do not care. Doubt there's any lily pads in there. Nope, that's okay. Where are you, little lily pads? There you are. Do I like that, or would I be happier with trees? I actually think I would be happier with trees. Sorry. All that work, I know. Put a big old rain tree in the middle. And some of these ones whose names I clearly pronounced correctly before, so I don't need to pronounce correctly now, because I've already proven I can do it, so what's the point? Add me some rain bushes to go with our rain tree. And is there any, like, flowers? I think. Foxtail, it's all kind of grasses, no flowers. Well, I guess the daisies are flowers. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch to guest mode and take a walk through there and see how it's looking. So we'll go all the way back here to the original entrance, or at least the entrance if you go past our stingrays, which I still haven't finished completely. We'll go through here, say goodbye to the wolves I can hear growling. You can see our giraffes right there. There's some Tommies in the distance. Here's that area we just spruced up. Two nice pathways. And that middle area does look pretty good. I'm actually kind of happy with that. So we'll be able to kind of peek through and maybe see some zebras there, but I'm not positive. This is our area. We're going to fill this in with something super special awesome whenever I figure out what that is. Yeah, I actually do like the way the crates and the barrels look there. I don't know why, but I think they look really nice. And this is going to be our main observation area. Looking fantastic. This is going to be some kind of major building, of course, because that's going to be the inside. Go around the corner here. I need to put in some flowers down here or something, just to fill in the ground cover. There's some more zebra exhibits. So yeah, I'm actually getting really happy with that. And I got a keeper that obviously cannot get into our wolf cages, so we'll take care of that off camera. Let's go ahead and grab that fountain grass here, so we can help fill in this area. There's a rock inside of our future building there. sure that they're going to be able to drink from that river, but just in case, I'll put in a backup over here, kind of behind the trees. So. Not the rock trough. I don't look at that. And I don't think that'll stick out too much. No, that's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and tinker with the topography just a little bit. Just so it's not all perfectly flat. Oop, that was way too big. Just a little change like that. It is supposed to be kind of a flat savanna. Let's make sure our zookeepers have access to our animals. So I'm going to put a gate in. Do it right here. And let's go ahead and hire that zookeeper. Oh, there's zookeeper Dukas. Okay, interesting. That's going to be your home. Yeah, this is why I don't unpause it, because I haven't gone through and like fixed all the zookeepers and everything since I had to rebuild the place a little bit, so I get a lot of messages like that. There's another good reason. I guess I should really take care of that at some point. Oh, you know what I didn't do is go ahead and disguise the river entrance. You know what, I think I'm just going to put another one of these in. I don't think anyone's going to get overly suspicious. If I can. Maybe I can't. Alright, so what I need to do is grab a rock that's the right color and stick it right in there. Not quite matching up. Probably gonna have to be more like a desert rock, I would guess, to kind of bling it in there. That's closer. Of course, a savanna rock won't work. That would be too easy. These guys might actually work if I take a big enough one. Yeah, that's not bad. They get bigger as you go up the letters. Something like that. That's fine. Yeah, that'll work. I'm okay with that. I guess we should actually put in our animals. And like I said, I'm using the radical technique, so these guys should look fairly good. And they're a herd animal, so I want to put in enough of them. Although when they stand so close together, their stripes make it confusing how many I put down. I don't know what that is. I guess I'll put in a fifth. I think it's 5. And I'm actually going to let this run a little bit just to make sure that's enough room for 5. I'm pretty sure it will be. I think I've got all my hacks ready and everything for spaces. Yeah, I use space hacks, so soon as. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode, but I'm really glad I did it. I'm glad I took this idea. But I'll zoom out here. And so what I'll do is I'll give you a look at kind of the other structures that are already freestanding. So obviously what's going to go on here is like this is an outside, and then I'll cut in to like a glass area on the inside. The animal will have 2, so you can come inside, see them through the glass structure, or you'll have to eventually walk around to look at all the other animals. Plus these guys out here in the corners you'll have to go outside for. But I have no plans whatsoever for what these additional displays are going to be. Here, I'll just number them for you. Let's say this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what I want you to do in the comments is if you have an idea for a particular space or a particular animal you want to see, just please say, hey, Steve, this is the animal I want. I think it looks great in Exhibit 1 through 8, whatever it is. Just let me know. I will go ahead and get on to that. And if you have something that doesn't look like it's going to fit into a display at all, but you still really want to see it, please don't hesitate to let me know. Like I said, these things aren't start in stone. I just do that because it does help me get out of kind of a creative funk sometimes, I've found. So I really recommend it. I wanted to thank you so much for spending your time with me today. This has been Zoo Tycooner Steve. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.